What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic, and today we're going to talk some basketball. I know it's been a minute in Orlando. It's been a couple months since I did a Magic video. I should have did one about the trade of EP. I should have did one about the firing of Vogel, but I was so wrapped up in doing Texans and NFL pre-draft and the draft and breaking down players for the NFL draft, breaking down for agency. I was doing those videos like every day or every other day. I didn't get a chance to break down some of the Magic videos, and I haven't done a video, period. I haven't even done a Texans video in the past week, 2 weeks, because I've been just busy at work, was swamped with a whole bunch of stuff. But never fear, your boy's back. About to do more Magic videos, about to have more videos pumping out like that. So don't even worry, your boy back. Don't trip. But we're gonna talk about the Orlando Magic because they just had the draft lottery, and the Orlando Magic was rewarded with the 6th pick in the draft. One thing. How can I explain this? What I don't like about the lottery is that for the Magic to finish with the 5th worst record, I'm not even mad that they got the 6th pick. The anger I have is that they finished with the 5th worst record, but the odds were that they were better off. The odds were more likely for them to get the 6th pick. I knew they were going to get the 6th pick in the draft 2 days ago, or 2 days before the lottery, because I seen the odds. It was 8% they get the first pick, 9% they get the second pick, a 10% chance they get the third pick, 0% chance they got the 4th pick, so the 4th pick was out of there, like a 26% chance to get the 5th pick, and a 32% chance to get the 6th pick. And I'm like, well, they finished 5th. Why is the odds greater for them to get the 26th? I mean, for them to get the 6th pick in the draft. And then after that, after the 6th pick, it went down again. It was reversed. It was like 10, 9, 8, and like, so I knew they were going to end up getting the 6th pick. And okay, cool. I know the lottery it is that a lottery, but I didn't like the fact that the odds were greater for them to get the 6th pick when they finished with the 5th worst record. The odds should be greater for them to get the 5th pick. But still, majority of my drafts that I've seen with the 6th pick have the Orlando Magic taking point guard Trey Young. I've seen one mock draft that had them taking Sexton because they had that Trey Young went up higher than the Magic. I seen two that they'll take Michael Porter Jr. and I seen one that they'll take Mbamba from Texas. But like I said, the consensus is that they'll take Trey Young. I'm under the mindset and the feeling that's who I, as of right now, prefer. I'm going to break down all the players. I'm going to have videos about that. I'm going to have videos about all the players, even Aiden, because I like Aiden. And if we would have got the first pick, I would be hammering, just go ahead and draft Aiden. But I'm going to do one about Aiden and Luka Doncic and Bagley and Michael Porter Jr., Mbamba, Trey Young, Sexton, some other players. I don't know if I'm going to do everybody that's going to be a lottery pick, but I'm going to do a breakdown of each, like how I did the NFL when I was breaking down positions, except since the NBA is a little bit different, it's a smaller sample size, I'm going to break down specific players, what I like and what I don't like about them. But just off the bat, what I do like about Trey Young is that he does have the highest star quality potential in the draft. He also has the highest bust quality potential. He's definitely the definition of a boom or bust. He could definitely be a boom or definitely be a bust. I don't see that in between. I think he's either going to be an all-star or he's going to be just straight trash. But at this point in time, Magic, we have to try something. We have to do something. And as coming into this season, before the college season started, the consistent #1 pick was Michael Porter Jr. Everybody thought that Michael Porter Jr. was going to be the #1 overall pick. Until he broke his foot and missed all of the season. And only played, I think, a couple games towards the end of the season. But he broke his foot with like the first 2 minutes of the college season. But one thing, and I know, I'm pretty sure the majority of him being that high was due to his athleticism. But also, people don't know this, and people didn't know this until like later on. I didn't even know this until later on. If you watch his mixtapes, if you watch his AAU games, the point guard giving him the ball was Trey Young. And people make a lot of hype, like what made Trey Young like the star, the star of the college season was his crazy shots. They called him Baby Curry because he was out there pulling up from damn near half court. I think he even made something from half court, if I'm not mistaken. But what I have noticed on some of the film, I haven't watched all film. I've watched some film. What stands out to me, and one of the reasons why I want Trey Young, is not even because of the scoring. It's because of his facilitation. I think he actually has a gift. Like how they say Lonzo last year, like that was his gift. He had a passing gift. Trey Young has that same gift. Trey Young actually might even be a better passer than he is a scorer, even though he was hyped up about his scoring. I think he's more beneficial because he gets players involved. He puts players in good stands to get shots. I think that he's definitely he's a true point guard, a true facilitator. I think that's actually the strongest part of his game. We already know he don't play on defense, but I think that is the strongest part of his game, and I like that. I think you can bank on that with Aaron Gordon, with Fournier, with Hazonia. If we bring back Aaron Gordon and Hazonia, I definitely think we're going to bring back Aaron Gordon because he is an unrestricted free agent. Now let's talk about some of the coaching. Okay, the Magic had fired Frank Vogel, and like I said, I got comments coming to some of my videos previously, asking me, well, we're going to fire Vogel. My 2 cents on that is that it could go either way. And I think I said that too. Never said it on video, but I said it in my comments. I can see them go either way. I can see them keeping Vogel because he doesn't have the players really around him to succeed. Not gonna see them firing Vogel because he didn't do anything as far as record wise. He had 2 bad seasons. But before he even coached the game, you trade away your best player in Vic. And the Magic, after trading away Dwight Howard, after getting away Dwight Howard, well, the GM Hennigan, who got away, who traded Dwight Howard, people are saying that he's probably the worst GM within the past 15, 20 years in the NBA, not just with the Magic, but in the NBA period. And I can see that because you took a rebuild and crapped on that and did another rebuild and crapped on that before you left. Like, it was, and people say, like I seen videos saying that the Magic need to do better drafting. Drafting is not the issue. If you want to be honest, Rob did not do a bad job at drafting. The worst thing that he's done is developing, which I think all falls back to coaching. I think now I was hyped about the Jacques Vaughn pick when they drafted when they hired Vaughn to be the head coach, the first coach under Rob Hennigan. But after watching the players, I'm like, you know what? Maybe he's not the coach. So when they fired him, I was under the impression who I want us to draft, who I want us to go after was Mark Jackson. That is the person I want us to go after. They went with Scott Skiles, who I said from day one that was not a good decision. I did not think that Scott Skiles could do anything with this Magic team. I did not see anything about Scott Skiles and what you do when you get Scott Skiles. You have to trade away Tobias Harris because him and Tobias Harris didn't get along in Milwaukee. So they definitely weren't gonna get along here in Orlando. When now at that point in time, Tobias Harris is he was your leading scorer of the team. I think he was averaging 19 points. He was definitely your leading scorer, probably your best player at that point in time. And they were bumping heads. We're going to bump heads. So it didn't make sense. And I didn't even know that before they even hired him. I just knew that Scott Skiles wasn't the guy. It only lasted a year, and then you bring in Vogel. And before Vogel coaches a game, you trade away Victor Oladipo. And people might... I knew that was a bad trade day one when they traded Vic. I didn't know nothing about Sabonis. But both of those are trades because you see what both of them doing. Victor Oladipo is going to be... is going to be most improved player. Sabonis is a nice player. Now, you remember you drafted Sarge, you drafted Dario Sarge, and you traded him for EP. Now I was with that because I liked the EP coming out of college, but EP really wasn't it. And I think that Dario Sarge is the better player. So you did the right job drafting, just not the right decision when it comes to trade. You see, Aaron Gordon has finally developed. Mario, who we thought was probably out of all his draft picks his biggest bust, you see him coming on late in the season, starting to develop, and I think he would definitely be a legitimate 6-man going forward. I don't think he'll ever be a top. I mean, maybe if you throw him in the rotation, he could be a good guy, a good player. But I think his best suit is coming off the bench, being the first guy off the bench. I think he could be a 6-man of the year type player, but it's all about development, which falls back on you not picking the right coaches. And I think Vogel actually was actually able to develop. He developed. He made Aaron Gordon, he helped Aaron Gordon improve. Aaron Gordon improved from before Vogel got there to last year, and then from last year to the beginning of this year. And pretty much throughout the year, he developed a shot. He's a better shooter than he was. He shoots okay from three. He's a better shooting guy. And the same thing with Mario Hezonja. Mario Hezonja has improved. Now, like I said, I see why you fired Vogel, and also remember this is a different general manager. This is a different front office personnel staff. People want to get those things confused, talking about they need to fire everybody for the Magic. It's different. Like this front office right here, the only thing they've done is draft Jonathan Isaac, trade Payton, and now fire Vogel. As far as the main things they've done. Now they've done things, but those are only the main things that they've done right now to this point. So any other things that happened before Jonathan Isaac got drafted is not on this GM. It's not with this general manager. Well, John Hammond, I think is his name. It's not with John Hammond. Anything before that, the trades for everybody else, the trades with Vic, the Sabonis, Tobias Harris, all that stuff, hiring Vogel, hiring Scott, all that is on Rob Hennigan. Now, the leading candidate as of right now, this has emerged for the Orlando Magic because they've been tight-lipped, is Kelvin Sampson. He's the head coach of the U of H Cougars. He's not the downside. He's older. He's 62, so he's an older guy. But he was also assistant general manager with the Rockets when the Rockets first got James Harden. So he was with James Harden with his first 2 years because he became the head coach for U of H in 2014. So he's with James Harden his first 2 years in Houston when James Harden was definitely scoring all those points. I don't think he won scoring title, but he's been around an offensive type player. And he's, like I was looking at his college resume, he's had a lot of coaching of the years. I know U of H did real good this year, coach of the year this year. He's done a lot of stuff with college players. So I do think that they're looking at it from a developmental standpoint. Yeah, maybe this guy possibly could help continue the development of Aaron Gordon. If they're able to re-sign Mario, continue the development of Mario, help develop Jonathan Isaac, and then help develop whoever they pick. If it's Sexton, if it's Young, if it's Porter Jr., if it's Mbamba, if it's any other body, like if somehow Luka Doncic fall to him, whoever it is. Whoever they draft, I think they want to find somebody who helps develop, because that is the Magic's biggest issue. It is not the Magic's biggest issue. It's coaching and development. It's not drafting, because the players that they've drafted under Rob Hennigan have developed slowly or developed with other teams, like you see with Victor Oladipo being the sixth man of the year. You know how painful it was as a Magic fan to watch Indiana watching Victor Oladipo and Sabonis almost beat LeBron. I'm like, damn, that's supposed to be the Magic right here. And then with the Magic, he had AG as his running mate right now. And I'm seeing old pictures of all of them on the court. Like, this is what the Magic was supposed to be. That's very, very frustrating. But you hire Scott Skiles, which I don't understand why. So, like, that's the main thing. And then I think Jonathan Isaac is going to improve from year one to year two. You know, he missed a lot of time this past year because he was hurt. But I think Jonathan Isaac is going to improve. I've seen pictures of him. Like, the dude's put on some weight. He didn't got swole. He didn't got a little big. He's still skinny. He's still on the slim train. But he's big. He's much bigger. Definitely you can notice the difference between him in season and him now. Same thing. Vic did show pictures from like 1 month to the next. His progression, you see his progression in play. So I'm hoping the same thing with Vic. I'm hoping the same thing with Jonathan Isaac, because he showed you flashes of him on the defensive end. He needs to help develop a shot. And I'm thinking a player like Trey Young, who's able to assist and get people involved, and also because of his ability to shoot and score, it will space out the floor. It will open up the floor for Isaac and for Gordon. I think they could be definitely a high-flying team, a lot of alley-oops and dunks, if you have a guy who's able to facilitate, because Isaac can jump above the rim. We already know about Aaron Gordon can jump above the rim. Even Hezonja can jump over the rim. So we got a lot of jump out the gym guys on this team. And I think if you get somebody who can help facilitate the ball and get them the ball in the right sweet spots, you're looking at something. Now, again, when it comes to the coaching, this like when they fired Vogel, I said this immediately. I don't know. I have no preference. Right as of right now, I have no preference in coaching. Even this, I'm okay with it. If we hire Calvin Sampson, I'm okay with it. I'm not mad about it. But I don't really have a leading candidate. I was kind of the mindset, if you do draft Trey Young, or if that's who you're leaning towards, would you go after a coach like Jason Kidd? Because like I said, the best thing, the Trey Young's best attribute is his facilitation. And Jason Kidd is a Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. Or if he might have made the Hall of Famer, I don't know. But if he's definitely a future Hall of Famer if he's not in already. He was rookie of the year, his rookie year. The best thing about Jason Kidd, what made Jason Kidd that point guard back in the early 2000s, was he was able to play defense and facilitate. And I'm thinking that he could help mentor someone like Trey Young, who I say his best attribute is to facilitate. And he's a way better scorer than Jason Kidd, because Jason Kidd had no shot. But he's able to help him facilitate. I mean, he has that same facilitating knowledge, the same high passing IQ. And I think that they could collaborate, and he could help him grow that even more. I was just thinking about that, but I could be completely wrong, because like I didn't watch Milwaukee or the Nets. I think he did take the Nets to the playoffs, and if I'm not mistaken, did Milwaukee make the playoffs last year? They might have. I can't remember. They might have. They might not. Last year's playoffs was so because we already knew it was Golden State and Cleveland. We already knew that was going to be the end result, and then we already knew that Golden State was going to smash Cleveland. So last year's playoffs was so I don't remember who really was all in the playoffs last year. So I don't remember if Milwaukee was in the playoffs or not. Comment and let me know if Milwaukee was in the playoffs. I don't remember. But I don't really know a lot about Jason Kidd as a head coach. I don't know, was he that... I know he got fired this past year from Milwaukee, but I don't know if he was that bad. I didn't watch Milwaukee. I didn't watch them, and I didn't watch the Nets when he was the Nets coach. But I was just thinking that because that could be completely blow up in my face, and he could just be a completely trash head coach. I don't know. But I was just leaning towards that, or thinking about that. It wasn't even a real game plan. It was just a thought that I had. If you go after somebody like Trey Young, that maybe those two could collide and collab. But if you think, the main thing is to get somebody who can help you continue the development of Gordon, Isaac, and Hazonia, help them progress, and then whoever you draft is coming up here, help them grow into something, because we need to stop the bleed in Orlando. We really do. Like, we've been suffering since 2012. Since the end of 2012, when Dwight Howard got hurt and they traded him in the summer of 2012. We've been suffering ever since. It's time to stop this. It's time. It's just time to stop this. Give me something. I'm not telling you be a champion. You don't have to be a championship team today, but I want to at least get into the playoffs. I want to at least watch my team in the playoffs again. And I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of them doing the same thing over and over again, and then trading people away, and then them developing. Like I said, it's not John Helmer's fault because he just got here. But Rob Hennigan put the magic in. When you flip a superstar, yeah, you're gonna get bad. But I mean, he didn't even. I mean, look what the Nets did. I mean, look what Boston did. Boston flipped 3 old guys and got all these damn first round picks from Brooklyn. And you flipped a 3-time defensive player. Well, you flipped a 3-time defensive player of the year, and you didn't get nothing out of it. You didn't get nothing out of it. Like, that might be one of the worst. When dealing with a superstar, that might be one of the worst trades in NBA history, because everybody got bad. Like, Philly got bad. The Lakers got bad after a year because everybody was old. And then Denver, I think Denver did okay, but they did okay, but they just now started being good or decent again. And then the Magic, we all know what happened with Magic. So like, I'm sick of this. Like, that's just mind-boggling. But enough of that. Like I say, I'm gonna do breakdowns of videos for players coming up in the NBA draft. So you ain't, even if you're not a Magic fan, if you just a basketball fan or just want to know about these players, you want to watch these videos. I'm gonna be breaking down individual players. I don't know exactly how many I'm gonna do, but I know I'm gonna do a couple of them before the draft. The draft ain't until the end of June, so I'm definitely gonna do breakdown of that. I'm gonna do some more Magic videos coming up, especially when they decide to hire a coach. I'm gonna do a video breaking down my true thoughts and opinions about that coaching hire, and other videos coming out. So like, share, subscribe if you haven't, comment below if you haven't, click that bell to get more videos. I holla.